What is up, you guys? It is Jerika. Welcome back to my channel. So this is gonna be like an update video, I guess you could say. Let me try and get good with the camera. Okay, so I don't have my glasses on because they're just dirty and I don't feel like getting back up to try and find my little cleaning cloth. So I'm just gonna be doing this video blind. And I'm also using my Canon G7X to film this and not my regular DSLR that I normally use because all 4 of my batteries are dead. And I'm just like, are you serious? All 4 batteries are dead right now? So those batteries are currently charging. So I just wanted to update you guys. I feel like I've been updating in my last few videos because it's just the reality of my life right now. So the last video I did was last Saturday, not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that. So what day was that? The last video I uploaded was on July 18th. Yes, July 18th was the last time I uploaded a video, and that was a hair video, me doing my natural hair. And I was telling you guys like how I was just like really short of breath. I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I mean, you could tell in the video. But I was feeling okay that day. I wasn't like, you know, on my deathbed or nothing. So I'm like, I was filming a video to basically get my mind off of how I was feeling. And because, you know, doing this is my passion, this is what I like to do. So I'm like, I want to do something that makes me happy. So that's what I did, even though I sounded like crap. But anyway, so the reason why I'm doing this video is because I ended up testing positive for coronavirus, COVID, whatever you want to call it. And I felt many emotions, y'all. Like, I haven't uploaded a video in over a week now. I haven't really been able to film anything, and I'm just like, I'm just at the point of annoyance right now. So let me just start from the very beginning. So I got my little calendar pulled up in front of me. So I think my first day back at work was June 16th. That's the first day I went back to work from quarantine, because y'all know, like, I survived quarantine, no problems, no health issues, didn't get sick, absolutely nothing. I enjoyed quarantine. I absolutely loved it. I wish I could go back into quarantine. I enjoyed being at home with my husband every day. I had a chance to film videos, even though I didn't do as much content as I should have. I'm regretting that, but I just completely enjoyed quarantine, loved everything about it. And then went back to work June 16th, got that dreadful call telling that the place, you know, your place of employment is back open. And me, being me, I knew the call was coming. Like, I knew it was coming, obviously. So I'm like annoyed at the fact that we were even opening in the midst of, all right, y'all, sorry about that. My battery died. On this camera too, like, everything is just dying and it's really annoying. So anyway, as I was saying, I was highly annoyed at the fact that we were even opening in the midst of a pandemic, and nothing about my job is essential, you guys. Like, absolutely nothing is essential about this place. Nothing. So I was irritated because I had to go back. I mean, you didn't have to go back, but if you didn't go back, then you no longer got unemployment. So it's kind of like they're making you have to go back to work. So that sucked. So I went back kicking and screaming, didn't want to go back. First day I went back, by that evening, I was already feeling crappy because, like I told you guys before, we had to wear the mask, and I've never worked a job where I had to wear a mask all day. I would never work a job where I have to wear a mask all day. Not because I have anything against the mask, like, it's clearly necessary in this time, but I was just like, if we have to wear a mask all day to be open, we shouldn't be open, especially for somewhere like a clothing store. Like, is not essential. So, like, we could easily do like curbside pickup for clothing, even though I know that would kind of be hard to do because people like to come in and shop for their clothing. But still, it's like, we're in a pandemic, so I really don't care what kind of inconveniences it is for the company, especially when they don't really care about their employees. because they're not the ones out there dealing with the customers, face to face with the customers. So it's easy for them to just be like, well, we're not doing curbside pickup because we don't want to do it. So y'all need to do what we tell y'all to do, basically. So anyway, first day back was June 16th. Felt terrible that whole week. I got sent home on the 19th because I had a headache. I was nauseous. I had diarrhea. But I really don't think that was related at the time. So I ended up going to urgent care June 21st because I was like, I want to see if I have COVID, because my birthday is June 28th and I will not go see my parents or have my sister, niece and nephew and all them. Like, I would not see them on my birthday if I know that I have COVID. So I got my results back, I think that Thursday, which was the 25th. I was negative, but I figured that I was negative because once I left urgent care, they put me on an IV and they said I was extremely dehydrated. So, which I guess, because y'all know I had got on my health kick. I was drinking like 64 ounces of water every day during quarantine and stuff. So I was feeling great all quarantine. Then I went back to work and was working 8 hours, 9 hours. So it was to the point where I couldn't keep up with my water intake. So I guess my body just went into shock. I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I found out I was negative. But still, I instantly, when I left urgent care, I was already feeling better because they had gave me nausea medicine. They gave me headache medicine, and they had me on an IV for like 2 hours. So I already knew I didn't have COVID at that point because I'm like, I feel fine now that I've left urgent care. So I knew I didn't have it, but I still had to wait for my test. So my birthday was that weekend. I still was having the headache and nausea daily after I got off of work, because I normally work 8 hours. So by the time lunch comes, I'm already like banging headache, nauseous, and dizzy from wearing the mask. And I'm like, I really think it's the mask, the chemicals that we are being forced to use after every transaction, like strong smelling chemicals. We have to sanitize our hands, and this sanitizer is not the sanitizer that used to be before all this COVID stuff. Like the sanitizer that they have now, I don't know what they're using, but they're not using high quality ingredients. Like this stuff smells like vinegar and alcohol. It's just gross. So I guess it's a combination of the mask and the cleaning chemicals that I have to constantly be around all day that's making me nauseous and dizzy at work. So anyway, birthday passed. Now we get to, you know, all these weeks, just so y'all know, all these weeks I'm still have a headache, still nauseous. So then we get to July. So let's see, July 8th come, which was a Wednesday. That was my last day at work, because our job had closed for a few days, just like to clean up everything. So my job was closed the 9th, 10th, 11th, and the 12th. So they reopened on the 13th. My first day scheduled back at work was the 14th. So my last day of work was July 8th. And so the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th passed by. That's 4 days that passed by. By the night of the 12th and 13th, I couldn't go to sleep. I was having this really bad chest pain, and I noticed like my chest was starting to feel weird. So I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like I felt like something was kind of like, it wasn't like the feeling when you get heartburn, even though I was having that feeling, but it was also like some other type of discomfort. Like when I take a deep breath, like when you go, like when you take a deep breath, like I felt like this pressure, and I still feel it a little bit. It's not as bad as it was, but I was feeling that pressure. And then Monday came, which was July 13th. When I woke up, I had a pounding headache, like the type of headaches like when you walk, they get worse. When you move your head, they get worse. Like with every step or movement, they get worse. So I had, not only did I have the chest pain and chest discomfort, now I have a pounding headache. I have a runny nose. I was sneezing, like back-to-back sneezing, and I had a dry cough. Like this cough was not like hacking up my lung. It was literally like a cough like here and there. And I'm not a person that just coughs because I don't smoke. So it's like I'm not a cougher. So for me to just get a dry cough out of nowhere, I'm like, okay, this is new. This is interesting. I felt like crap, complete crap. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't have COVID. Like, there's no way. So then that Tuesday, I was like, by Monday night, like my husband came home from work and I was just in bed and I just had Vicks just slabbed all over me. Like I had Vicks under my nose, I had Vicks in my throat, I had Vicks on my chest. I was just basically a grease ball of Vicks. If you don't use Vicks, I highly suggest you do. But and I was just laying in bed super greasy. He just looked at me, he was like, do you think you have it? And I'm like, no. I said, if I wake up in the morning and I still have this chest discomfort, then we're gonna go to the hospital, or we're gonna go to urgent care and get tested. So Tuesday morning came, still felt the same. So I'm like, let me go, because I was supposed to go back to work Tuesday, and I called off because I'm like, I'm having COVID symptoms, so I need to go get tested before I come into work. So I'm not the type of person who's finna come into work knowing I feel these symptoms and end up spreading it to everybody else. So I automatically just called off and I'm like, I'm not coming. I need to go get tested. So no one in my county had tests. Everybody was either booked to capacity or they were completely out of tests. So they're like, you know, the closest place is like 40 minutes away that has tests. So if you want to go get tested, like, you should probably go now, because like everywhere was just booking like to the limit of people and they weren't gonna have no more room. So I was like, well, I need to get tested ASAP, because I'm not going back to work until I know if I have it or not. So I had to drive 40 minutes to another place to get tested. And so I got tested, and like right after I left out, like, it was a 2-hour wait, y'all. So we had to wait in the car for 2 hours. It was burning up outside. So like 12 people walked in after I did, and then they just cut the list. They're like, nobody else, we can't take nobody else. So I waited 2 hours in the car, frustrated because I'm like, it's hot out here and we have nowhere we can go. I don't want to be going anywhere having these symptoms. So it was in the car. So eventually they brought me in, they asked me what my symptoms were. I told them. They did the uncomfortable swab. I noticed that they stayed in my nose a little bit longer than the test I had before. But they said like they didn't have it. They were out of the rapid results test. So I had to get whatever the regular COVID test is, which is fine. It was fine with me. So when I left there, they were like, you know, you'll get your results in 3 to 5 days. So like I said, that was Tuesday. So I was still feeling the same on Tuesday. By Wednesday, I had the most stuffiest nose that I've ever had in my entire life. Like, this stuffiness was so unusual. Mind you, I've had colds. Like, I get a cold like once a year. So I have never experienced this type of stuffiness. And this stuffiness was like, it came with like a weird smell on top of it. Like, some people say they get the burning in their nose with COVID. I didn't get burning, but there was just this weird smell, and I still smell it in my nose, like this weird stuffiness and this weird like overall being smell. I don't know how to describe it, but you know, like when you just smell the sickness, you can just smell the sickness. I don't know how to describe it, but I had this smell stuck in my nose and it was extremely stuffy. I think by Friday, still the same symptoms every day, but by Friday is when I lost my taste and smell. So I was making these Italian meatball subs, and I was so excited about this meal, y'all. Like, I was so excited about it. And, you know, you basically do it the same way you do meatloaf. So, you know, and when you do meatloaf, you have like your peppers and onions and stuff. And the fact that I was preparing my meatloaf and I couldn't smell the onions and peppers, that's when I knew I lost my smell. Because y'all know, like, when you buy the frozen peppers and stuff, you can smell it through the bag. Like, it's strong. So the fact that I couldn't smell any peppers, couldn't smell the raw meat, I was like, yep, I can't smell anything. But I'm like, I'm okay losing my smell, but Lord, don't take my taste away. So I made the food, and my husband came out the room like, ooh, that smells good. And I'm like, I can't smell it at all. He's like, you can't smell it at all. I'm like, I can't smell anything. So then I made the food and I took a big bite of it, couldn't taste anything. I was like, are you serious? I was so frustrated. So couldn't taste anything, couldn't smell anything. So that's Friday, Saturday. By Sunday, I still felt the same. Nothing changed except my body just felt so heavy, and my body just felt so achy and just heavy. And I was just feeling like complete crap Sunday. And so I literally just laid down. Like, I didn't have the strength to do anything. At this point, like, I still hadn't got my test yet, so I was just feeling like crap. Like, when I went to bed Sunday night, I was literally feeling like crap. So yeah, as I was saying, I felt like complete crap that Sunday. So mind you though, Thursday night into Friday, I had a dream, because I swear God gives me prophetic dreams. I don't know what it is, but why I have these certain type of dreams. Sorry, y'all, I'm out of breath. But I have these dreams, and most of my dreams, like, they always have a certain meaning, or I'll see things and they actually happen in real life. So I had a dream that I was with my sister. I had a dream I was with my twin sister, and I don't know what we were doing in this dream, but we were hanging out together, and she was with me when I got my results. So in the dream, like, this big blue screen popped up and it had my name on it and it said positive. And for some reason in the dream, I was waiting for my results too. And like, the screen just popped up out of nowhere, and like, in biggest day it said positive. And in the dream, I'm like, oh, well, my coronavirus, my COVID test came back and I'm positive. My sister was with me in the dream when I got the results. And I woke up Friday like, nah, there's no way. But anyway, so Monday morning came, which was July 20th. So exactly a week ago. Monday morning came. I woke up at like 6 a.m. because my chest was just hurting and I was just so uncomfortable, and I just could not go back to sleep. So it was like, the only way I could really sleep during all of this is if I took NyQuil or something. So I was definitely taking NyQuil because it helped my symptoms. At least I thought it was. And it knocked me out. Like, NyQuil knocks me out. So it's the only way I could sleep through the night. But that night I didn't take NyQuil. So I ended up waking up at 6 a.m. with chest discomfort. And I just could not go back to sleep. So my sister had to be at work early that morning. So I was just texting her like, are you up? So I was just texting her back and forth, talking to her. And then I got the call or the text from the urgent care saying that your results are positive. And I just remember, like, I didn't say anything to my sister. I just forwarded the text to her so she could see it. And then she responded back and she was like, oh my God, oh my God. And then at that point, I just got out of bed because I'm like, I'm definitely not going back to sleep now. Like, now I have anxiety, now I'm anxious, now I'm fully awake, even though clearly I wasn't going back to sleep anyway. So I called my sister, I called my mom and dad, like, I had everybody, my whole family on three-way. And I'm like, I told everybody at once, like, my results came back positive. And my dad literally just like went off. He was like so angry because he feels like I do, like how jobs should not be open right now. Like, at least some jobs, like if you're essential, I mean, you've been open this whole time. But he just really got angry, and I'm just like, I didn't know how I felt at the time. But like, my mom was praying I didn't have it, but I'm like, I had a dream like 4 nights ago that I had it, y'all, but I didn't tell anybody because well, I did tell my sister. I told my sister about the dream, and she was like, well, your dreams always mean something, so you probably are positive. But I'm like, no. But deep in my heart, I knew I was, because I was just having symptoms that I don't normally have. So yeah, I told them, I pretty much told everybody in my family that I had it. So that was July 20th. So I spent the entire week in the house, just like I did the week before in the house. Besides, I did leave out to go get tested, obviously. So I spent the entire week in the house. I've been in the house officially 2 weeks. And so like I said, the symptoms started 2 weeks ago today, on July 13th. Today is July 27th. So it's officially been 2 weeks since I started feeling like this. And so it's been a long 2 weeks. I've never been sick this long. So like, I've had the cold, I've had the stomach flu, and like, you get it and you get over it and you go on about your life. Like, you may be down 2-3 days, but this is like I said, this is unlike any sickness that I've ever had in my life. The shortness of breath in itself, like, y'all saw me in my last video, like I was out of breath just sitting here talking like I'm doing now. Like, it's getting better, obviously. Like, I'm not as out of breath as I was, but I still am out of breath. Just doing simple everyday things, like I said in the last video, it just has me so out of breath. And I'm feeling a lot better than I was, and I'm still a little stuffy, but I can breathe through my nose, and I'm starting to be able to smell things now. And I think I can start, I'm like, I don't know, like I feel like I can kind of taste things now. So my smell and taste is coming back. My stuff, that stuffiness that I had, like that left. I'm still stuffy, but I'm talking about like that extreme stuffiness is gone. So I'm so glad about that. I still feel, I don't have that heaviness in my chest anymore. But when I like inhale deeply, I still feel like some tingling. I don't know how to describe it, but like when I inhale, it's like something's tickling my lungs. I don't know how to describe it, but I still have that. I'm still easily exhausted right now. Like I'm to the point where it's like I'm easily exhausted doing stuff. So, but as far as coronavirus, like there's nothing you can do to treat it really. Like unless you like really can't breathe, then you got to go to the hospital. But I was like, God, I am not going to the hospital. I will fight this at home because I know God is a healer. So I'm gonna fight this at home. My husband's been quarantining with me, obviously, you know, because he don't have a choice. But I've been taking my vitamin C, and I've been waiting on my elderberry. Like I ordered that like over a week ago. It just came today. So I wish I had that when I ordered it, like a few days after I ordered it, like I thought I was going to have it. But with the post office, it's just really going through in my area right now. So a lot of stuff has just been delayed. So my elderberry came today, but I've been taking my vitamin C, my airborne stuff. I've been drinking apple cider vinegar with raw honey and lemon in it. I've been drinking turmeric tea. I've been taking black seed oil capsules, which literally takes me like 30 minutes to swallow because the pills are so big. And I got the capsules because I thought it was going to save me from the taste. But y'all, I've been burping this black seed oil, and it's just disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. I cannot stand it. So I'm like, I might as well get the liquid and stop spending 30 minutes trying to swallow these pills if I'm still going to be stuck with this aftertaste with the burp. So I'm like, I guess I can just get the oil, get the actual oil next time, because at this point it don't even matter. So that's what I've been doing every day. It's been a slow healing process. I'm still not 100% myself, but I am feeling better, which is why I decided to make this video today, because it's officially been 2 weeks since I've been sick. I don't know when I'll be able to go back to work. I don't know when I'm going to feel like going back to work. Most importantly, because I'm not going back if I can't work out. Like if I'm easily exhausted and still short of breath, there's no way I'm going to survive at work, because it's very fast paced. And it's like, I don't know what y'all want from me. Like I just survived COVID that's killing people, even though it has a high survival rate. There's people that's dying that don't even have health issues. So like I will come back when I'm good and ready, and not before then. So I just want to update you guys. So this next week I'm off, or whatever, however long I'm off, I'm really going to try and do some content, because when I tell y'all, like I am so over sitting in this house being handicapped. I mean, I have to get back to doing what I love, which is filming videos, you know, doing content, even though I'm really not feeling inspired at the moment. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not feeling inspired. I'm just feeling really down. So like I'm just really trying to focus on my relationship with God at the moment, because I feel like during quarantine and stuff, like I really got distracted, because before quarantine, like right before quarantine, I had like really recommitted my life. And then like all this stuff with like the riots and protesting and all this hatred and stuff on social media, like I just got sucked in, and I just completely got away from our morning routine. Like everything just went downhill. So like I completely like stopped spending time with God in the mornings, and I've just been feeling like my spirit has just been really low. And then you add COVID on top of that, like my mind was just in a place that I'm not proud to say. It was just in a place of darkness, and I just felt like this doom. I don't know how to describe it, but like with these COVID symptoms, like I just felt doom, and I'm just like, God, like I can't, like it was just to the point of it's just like, I'm so tired of feeling like this, I just want to die. But obviously that's just the enemy speaking, so I'm like, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But I just had to just have a moment and talk with God. Like I literally went to sleep listening to sermons, because I'm like, my mind is in a terrible place right now. So I just literally just went to sleep listening to Transformation Church because I'm like, I need comfort right now. And that was like the only thing that just worked for me. Like, because normally I end up falling asleep watching something on Hulu, but I'm like, nope, I need to get in the Word. Like, I have to get in the Word right now. So that's what I did. And I've been making sure to do that first. So I'm like, for some reason, the scripture, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all will be added unto you. For some reason, that quote keeps coming up in my life. And like I went on YouTube and like a video popped up and that was like the caption of the video. And then I think I went on like Instagram or something and I saw that quote, seek ye first the kingdom of God. And I don't know where else I saw it. I seen it like 3 different places and I'm like, okay, I need to focus on God and forget everything else. Like, I deleted Facebook off my phone because, like I said, I got so sucked in with scrolling Facebook all day long, and then like the day is gone and I'm like, what did I do with my life besides argue with people on social media, argue with racists on social media, see people's opinions and end up upsetting me. And I'm the type of person to argue with people on social media, but when it comes to certain things, it's like, okay, like, you are so foul, like I don't know, like, it was just weighing on me mentally. So I'm like, you know what, I'm deleting Facebook from my phone. I'm just gonna focus on Instagram, because the things that I feel on Facebook, I don't get that from Instagram. Like, Instagram, and I'm hardly ever on Instagram unless that's when I post. So it's like, I'm just deleting Facebook off my phone. Like, I deleted it off my phone this morning. Today is the first day that I'm not gonna be on Facebook, and I don't know how long we'll be off Facebook. I'm just like, I'm done with it until however long God tells me to have it deleted. I don't know, but until I feel like I'm in a better place mentally and spiritually, then I'll come back. But I don't know how long that's gonna be. So I'm just gonna focus on creating content, for Instagram, and that's it. Because there's positive messages on my Instagram. It's completely different on Facebook. So like, Facebook is like the hood, the projects. So I'm like, I'm done with that for right now. Like, I can't do it. So I'm sorry this video is long, but I just had to tell y'all what's been going on. So I am going to be focusing on creating content this week. So hopefully you guys will see more consistent uploads on here and on Instagram. And I don't know when I'm going back to work, but I know I will be going back to work. So I'm hoping when I go back that I don't start feeling bad again with all these chemicals and wearing the mask. Like, I'm really hoping that I can feel better. But I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. So I just want to update you guys, let you guys know where I've been. A lot of you already knew that I had the virus. Anybody that follows me on Instagram, which isn't that many, a lot of people already knew, and a lot of people have been reaching out and praying for me, and I really appreciate that. So anybody that sent me a message and has been checking up on me and texting me, I appreciate each and every one of you, because you didn't have to take the time to do that, but you did. So I really appreciate that. My husband's been taking good care of me. I've been trying to take good care of me. But I just want to update you guys, let you guys know what's been going on. So I'm going to go ahead and post this video, and I'm going to try and film a makeup video after this, just to try and keep busy and stay in a positive mindset. Yeah, so that's it for this video, you guys. So I will see you guys in my next video, and yeah, that's pretty much it.